Hello, I'm Philip Stoughton. I'm at Electronica 2024, and I'm joined by Kevin Decker-Weiss, who is the Managing Director of CircuitByte, the creators of BOM Connector. You have some recent news that you're now part of something much larger.
Indeed. So I am now the former Managing Director of CircuitByte and the current Director of Sales Electronics for znt-Richter. znt-Richter is a strong player in digitalization of the entire manufacturing process, and an expert partner of Siemens.
Okay, and they acquired CircuitByte for the product BOM Connector.
For the product BOM Connector, yes. Also for the expertise that, of course, we've built up over 30 years of business in digitalization and in specifically the supply chain and quoting area.
Yeah, and that whole ecosystem, which we've got described up here, which is really interesting. When you look at adding these groups together, what's the additional value that you can deliver to your customers?
The main value that we have is we've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
Now, our very first BOM tool was called BOM Explorer, back when everything had to be called Explorer. That was in 1999. So that gives you some idea of how well we know this task.
Yeah.
And how long we've been doing it for.
Yeah, and you have a very established group of customers that are very loyal to the product.
Absolutely.
They've been using it for decades.
A long time, exactly. Or different, variations of the product. We've been, of course, modernizing it as we went. We have over 200 companies using our solution.
Yeah.
Small companies, large companies, EMS companies, OEMs.
Yeah.
So we truly are an industry leader here.
Yeah, absolutely. And the transaction makes you more robust, but it also gives you access to other technologies, other developers, other expertise.
Well, we are 20 times our old size, so that gives you an idea. We have an incredible experienced development team worldwide. We are very strong in the Asian market, which, as we see here from Electronica, definitely one of the takeaways, how strong that has become. And I think you'd really have to look hard in the industry to find a technical team which has more real-world experience.
Yeah.
And we do. And let's face it, these products are in some ways also only as good as they are implemented.
Yeah. And when I look at these new technologies, and I think AI fits in with that, but the use of digital transformation in any industry, there are two things you need. You need to understand those processes, the digitization, the AI, whatever it is. You need to really understand the industry. And this industry isn't straightforward and easy to understand. It takes time.
Exactly. We are also working hard on getting AI routines into some of the places where it can really add value. So not just adding AI to put it up on our slogan, but to make it really make a better product. The idea that a startup can be an industry specialist with help of ChatGPT is just not realistic.
No, it's absolutely not.
But if you combine that real world experience with the supports of some AI routines, you can really deliver some great value for your customer.
Yeah, and these things are all built on foundations. And we look at digital transformation. We've spent a lot of time in the last 10 years building up the foundations in terms of data source, in terms of data transparency, in terms of speed. And, what you're doing here in terms of ecosystem allows you to do that. When I talk to EMS companies, what they're looking for at the moment is more transparency along that supply chain. They've been surprised how much inventory overhang they've got at the moment. I've been surprised and a little bit disappointed. We had this in 2000. Some of us remember the tech record 2000. And it seems to have happened again. We need somehow to get better digital thread from demand signals right at the consumer end all the way through to the semiconductor suppliers. Is that something you see as really important?
So COVID, I always say COVID was the great trend revealer. A lot of things that had been sort of underneath the surface, either on a macro level in society or also within companies, they saw a lot of untapped potential, and they saw a lot of poorly used surplus, and a lot of ways where pricing wasn't really being properly communicated between EMS and OEMs. Our EMS companies say that open book calculations now are an everyday occurrence, whereas before they were really the exception. Because it started in that trend, necessarily because of the supply chain crisis, and now that trend, like the home office trend, it's just taken root because people say, "Hey, that works for me." So absolutely,
we see those changes. And I think the other challenge that they're all saying is this: what do they do with this excess inventory? How do we get that back in the supply chain? Is there a view on how that can be done, or is that something that they can? Because when I look at a BOM, there's stuff that these suppliers that in your network have got, but there are also things that their competitors or partners might.
Correct. So, there are a lot of sort of kind of organically grew different forms for exchanging inventory or reselling inventory and things like that. And in the end, it's all about connection. BOM Connector is about connecting, whether it's a supplier or a competitor or a different platform for offering some good or service which you need. And that is something which is definitely an area that we are focusing.
Yeah, absolutely. Kevin, congratulations on the latest development. Congratulations on another Electronica. I don't know how many you've done since the 90s, but it's been
more than I'd like to reveal, probably.
I feel exactly the same way.
It did.
And continue success.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.